2024 was the year of Shadow, so said Sega overlords. The year of Shadow has ended, and I just want to look back on everything that was the year of Shadow. Now, this is not going to be going over everything Sonic the Hedgehog as a franchise, as a company did. This is just going over all the stuff that was related really to the year of Shadow campaign, i.e. everything that had to do with Shadow the Hedgehog. That was the whole point of the year of Shadow. So not everything that was done this year in 2024 was related to the year of Shadow. So again, I am just going over stuff that can be considered part of this year of Shadow campaign that we had. So let's start off. The big thing for the year of Shadow was the announcement of Sonic X Shadow Generations. We had the PlayStation reveal of it at a State of Play, which everyone thought that it was just going to be an announcement that Sonic Generations was getting a port. It was getting a remaster port over to modern consoles. And everyone's like, oh, okay, that's fine. That's cool. You know, maybe some people had apprehension over how Sonic Colors went. Sonic Colors Ultimate didn't quite start off that well. It started off very buggy and wasn't quite the port everyone wanted it to be. So there was a bit of apprehension for Sonic Generations, but for the most part, everyone's like, well, I mean, it kind of runs already at 60 FPS on PC and all that, so it shouldn't be too hard. This one shouldn't be that bad. And the trailer came out, and everyone's like, yep, all right, Sonic Generations, that's cool. And then Shadow showed up. And that's when it was announced that it is actually Sonic X Shadow Generations, and we're going to be getting a new campaign with Shadow. How naive we all were at the time of what this was. You know, looking back on it, like, wow, we did not know what we were getting at this point. So that's very cool. Shadow was the next thing was there was a costume in Sonic Superstars for Shadow the Hedgehog. Not really, though. It was Sonic wearing a Shadow onesie because there is no classic Shadow. That's fun. And then this is when the full-on Year of Shadow banner was like revealed in that video and all that, and the website went up. And everything about the Year of Shadow was kind of shown. That's when they had the tagline is fearless, you know, all that type of stuff was revealed. That's when they announced that they were going to take the real-life Shadow the Hedgehog bike on tour. The Sonic Symphony was now going to have stuff with Shadow in it, like scores and music, mainly featuring Shadow, was going to be part of Sonic Symphony, all that type of fun stuff. I put this here, even though it is technically not part of the Year Shadow campaign. Shadow is featured in it, which was Sonic Rumble. Sonic Rumble's beta was officially like out to test for people. So there's that. You can kind of count that. You can kind of not. Do what you will. But the next big thing that would definitely count is at Summer Games Fest. We had a trailer for Sonic X Shadow Generations. This was the big trailer that kind of revealed a lot about the game. This revealed the release date of the game. It revealed its pricing. It revealed its box art. It revealed the pre-order bonuses. It revealed everything. This was the first big trailer for Sonic X Shadow Generations. This is when they revealed the Doom Wings were shown in this at the very end of the trailer, I believe. So at the time, I reported on this at the time. It got leaked like the day before or something, and then the leaks were true. So this was a really big moment for everyone. We now had a bit of a idea of what we were gonna get, not story-wise, but at least we had stuff. We had box art, we had the release date, we had the pricing, we had pre-order bonuses. This was, I believe, also when Terios was announced as a skin. Like, this has built up a lot of hype for Sonic X Shadow Generations. The next thing was Anime Expo, where they announced, they showed you a bit of a teaser for Dark Beginnings. They showed us like the scene where Shadow races off to fight Emerald. That was a big thing, you know, seeing that, like, oh my god, they're referencing Sonic Battle in 2024? Holy crap! You know, like, that was crazy. And then it just whet our appetite, because now after we saw all that, we saw how good the animation was. We're like, oh, I can't wait for more of this. We then had the Shadow manga was announced. This was a kind of tie-in to Sonic X Shadow Generations. It was published by Korokoro Comics for their monthly manga anthology, and I remember I did a video talking about it, and they struck it, and I got my first copyright strike because of this. So after that, I said, "Screw you! I'm not caring about this manga anymore. Piss off!" And yeah, and from what I hear about it, they're like, "Yeah, it's doing its own thing. It's doing its own thing." So anything this manga talks about, they're like, "Don't pay attention. It ain't canon. It's its own thing." But I believe it's still going on. So if you're still reading it, let me know how it goes. Maybe I'll touch on this manga again at a later date when they get the stick out their ass and don't copyright people. Next up was Gamescom, which is where we got the Doom Powers trailer for Shadow Generations. Now, we actually didn't get it at Gamescom. It was like the couple hours before Gamescom. Then Sega published the trailer. The trailer wasn't at Gamescom. It was like before it. But this is where we got the reveal of all our Doom powers. Doom Surf, Doom Morph, Doom Blast. Oh my god. Of course, Doom Wings. And what's the last one? Doom Spear. We got our trailer showing all of that. We got to see Metal Overlord in that trailer too. I believe this is also the trailer where Mephiles showed up as well. It was just a huge trailer. It got us all super excited. I know I was damn super excited because I was rewatching that trailer all the goddamn time. And then we got the Sonic Movie 3 trailer. Oh man. Oh man, was that a big deal. Getting that Movie 3 trailer, seeing all the Adventure 2 aspects there. Just like, oh my god, that's a reference from Adventure 2, that's a reference from Adventure 2. We got Shadow doing the Akira slide, by the way, at this one, and that was awesome. We didn't get quite a bunch. You know, as much as like the second trailer showed us. But there was enough there to make us go like, oh my god, they're going to adapt Sonic Adventure 2. Oh my god. Yeah, this was a big deal, especially after getting nothing for months. Finally getting something and being like, oh my god. It was so good. And shortly after this Movie 3 trailer was Sonic Central. The Sonic Central for 2024 came out, and we got a lot of announcements there. This Sonic Central, we got announced that Sonic Rumble was coming to mobile. You know, we got the Super Monkey Ball was gonna get a Shadow DLC skin, and you could play as Sonic. There was the Topgolf announcement. Oh my god, Topgolf! This was more where we got more details on the Sonic and DC crossover, because a bit before this, we had the random image. Not image, but the random thing of Shadow dressed up as Batman. And here at Sonic Central is when we got the full, you know, there's going to be a collab with Sega and DC, with Sonic teaming up with DC characters. So that was all announced there. But the big ones was, we also got a bit of a, not another trailer, but it was more like a marketing behind the scenes thing of Sonic 3 with Jeff Fowler and everyone saying, you know, we hope you like this. That's really what it was. Just hope you like it. But the big things was there was a brand new trailer for Sonic X Shadow Generations. And this trailer kind of gave us a bit more of an aspect of Shadow's story a bit more. You know, the Time Eater was going to be involved with it. We got to see Shadow see Maria in white space. So there was a lot more of that. They showed Sunset Heights in this trailer as well, kind of confirming that one was there too. I believe this is also the trailer where Chaos Island was shown for the first time as well. So brand new trailer for Sonic Shadow Generations. It was expected. It was awesome. It was great. They also showed off the collector's edition at this point, which is where we saw the Dreamcast statue of Sonic and Shadow on the Sega Genesis, which is awesome. And then we got the full trailer for Dark Beginnings, where they announced that the first episode of Dark Beginnings was arriving like that week, and it's like, oh my god, wait, what? Or it was either that week, or yeah, it was either that week or like the next week, right? That they were like, hey, Generations comes out, Dark Beginnings comes out. So yeah, that was great and awesome. And then of course after Sonic Central was a State of Play by Sony, and we didn't think we were going to get too much from it, but maybe we'll get another something. We did. We got a bunch of something. This is when they announced the Tokyo DLC with Keanu Reeves voicing Shadow. It was announced at this State of Play. So that was also fun. You know, on top of everything we've had, it was a quick bam, 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 like 3 punches in a row of stuff here for us Sonic fans. We got the movie 3 trailer, we had Sonic Central with a bunch of news, and then we had, just to top it all off, hey, here's the DLC, some more DLC for Shadow Generations in the future. And then after this was Dark Beginnings, our prologue to Shadow's campaign in Shadow Generations. And it was awesome. The animation of this thing was great. It was very simple story of Shadow detecting something aboard the Ark, and he wants to go and find it, right? Because he thinks Black Doom and the Black Arms could be coming back because of a vision nightmare he had. Very simple and easy. Ian Flynn did a great job writing it. It also brought back Abraham Tower, the gun commander, back into the Sonic canon. It named him using his Archie name. Like, it was so cool to see all this. And this animation was fantastic and made everyone just be like, when are we going to get a 2D Sonic series, please? You know, Sonic Prime, you know, the 3D was good. I think one of the few things anyone can really complain about for Sonic Prime was it looked good. You know, like the 3D animation was great. But guys, let's do some 2D Sonic stuff, huh? That'd be pretty cool. But Dark Beginnings was awesome. We got Without You from this as well, and we got the whole visual of Shadow and Maria in the field of flowers. It was real good. It was real good. Dark Beginnings, I loved it. We got a Chow manga from this as well, which a lot of people probably don't remember. There was a little Chow manga that was put on Twitter called Sonic X Shadow X Chow Generations, and it was really cute. I've done a video going over it. It's really cute. It's just kind of explaining the Chow who are now scattered throughout the worlds in Sonic Generations. For the remaster, they added like different Chow you can go and find hidden around every world. This was kind of explaining what they were doing at the time, and you could see like Sonic in the background, kind of, you know, like in the levels, going through the levels, which I thought was fun. And it showed the Shadow Chow and the Sonic Chow becoming good friends. It was really cute and fun, and I want more Chow mangas. And then Shadow Generations itself came out. The game itself, Sonic X Shadow Generations, came out. Boy, was Shadow Generations awesome. Like, seriously, dude. Game ruled. It kicked all sorts of ass. It was a fantastic story. It was just awesome. You know, without going full deep into it, because I will one day review the game, it was phenomenal. You know, the gameplay was great. It built off the Frontiers formula. Shadow definitely moves better than Sonic did in Sonic Frontiers. It is the progression of Frontiers, right? And if this is where we're going with our moving in Hedgehog Engine 2, then Sonic Frontiers 2 is looking great. You know? The story, you know, it's such a great way of utilizing white space. You know, now we have an open 3D white space. It's essentially Shadow the Hedgehog 2, but using the Generations format to tell the story, which is great. We got a bunch of stuff from this, right? We got Gerald Robotnik's journal out of this, adding context to him, adding different lore to Shadow. We got to find out that, you know, about Gerald's sons from this. We got to find out Maria designed Shadow's shoes. We got to see the Bio Lizard. All that type of stuff was revealed. We got stuff about Mephiles, about how, you know, he knows he's outside the timeline. All that type of stuff. It was great. Shadow Generations was phenomenal. The gameplay is smooth as butter. It is great. Then we got the second trailer for Sonic Movie 3. This trailer was a lot more revealing, showed a lot more of the story that we were going to get. We got to see Shadow with the gun, and then we got to see Shadow with the gun in this trailer. We got to see more of Space Colony Arc. Well, more of the Eclipse canon, not Space Colony Arc. We got to see more of the Eclipse canon. We got to see a bit more of the story that they are going to tell for this movie. Then we had the Shadow Gens DLC dropped just a bit before the movie came. Well, not a bit before. Before the movie came out, the Shadow Gens DLC dropped, the Tokyo one, where we got to hear Keanu Reeves as Shadow. This was kind of like our first taste of Keanu really playing him outside of the trailers. I'll be honest with you, he does not sound that good in this. He doesn't really sound like he's trying. He sounds more like he's just reading the lines than he's acting. That's the vibe I got from Keanu in this DLC. He's just kind of saying lines. He's not really acting. Which was a shame, because thankfully he was much better in the movie than he was in the DLC. But there were still great moments in this DLC, you know, like him taking down that gun copter in the level transition, and then the very end where he uses the chaos control to bounce off the missiles and take down the helicopter. It was great. It was cool. Sadly, it was only just one act and then 2 challenges. Wish it could have been more. But it was fun. It's mainly just promotion for the movie, right? Then Shadow showed up in Sonic Dream Team, which Sonic Dream Team, I've already done a video talking about that game. That game needs a port to freaking consoles or just PC in general immediately. That game's awesome. There's so many mechanics in Sonic Dream Team that's like, that needs to be in the next 3D game. Like, oh my god. I'll gush over Dream Team anytime. Maybe I'll do a video discussing more about Sonic Dream Team. It's awesome. But Shadow showed up in Sonic Dream Team and he had an entirely new moveset. It was awesome. He would use Chaos Control. He had Chaos Warp. It was just awesome. Like they brought Shadow in to Sonic Dream Team, and he's like not just a skin of someone else. He's got an entirely different moveset. He moves differently. You feel like you're playing as Shadow. Great. And then we had Sonic Movie 3, which I've gushed about in a review. It's the best Sonic movie. It might be my favorite video game movie adaptation. You know, the spare few good ones we have. This is my favorite. This was movie of the year for me, Sonic Movie 3. So it was great. I loved seeing it. It was an experience I'll never forget, watching that and being like, oh my god, they made this for me. It was great. And that was the year of Shadow, pretty much, you know? Like, wow. Way better than the year of Luigi, which is what everyone kept comparing this to. We were all comparing the year of Shadow to the year of Luigi, you know, when Nintendo did that, where while the year of Luigi lost Nintendo money, that was like a horrible year for them, the year of Shadow was the opposite for Sega. It brought them a bunch of money. So, hey, Sega did it this time, guys. Sega did what Nintendo don't. They made a good year based off a character. So, you know, they got a character-based campaign to work. So, that's great. Year of Shadow was awesome. I enjoyed it. Oh, I forgot. There was also a Sonic Twitter takeover, as there always is. There was a Twitter takeover. This time it was just Sonic and Shadow, because of course they are promoting Sonic X Shadow Generations, and that Twitter takeover was awesome, and I laughed quite a lot. But yeah, what a great year the year of Shadow was. It was a great campaign that worked in Sega's favor, and I would not be surprised if we see more campaigns like this. Maybe not character-based ones, but just campaigns in general for the Sonic franchise, because of how well this one worked. If we are going to do more character-based campaigns, who could do one? I don't know, because here's the thing. Shadow is the unique position where he's a character that absolutely can stand alone and hold a campaign like this. Blaze, like as an example, much as we love Blaze, right? She can't, because she's not known enough by normies to hold a year like this on her own. Shadow can, because Shadow is like, normies know who Shadow is, right? Especially after this movie, the movie 3, more normies definitely know who Shadow is. So it needs to be someone who normies will instantly recognize and be like, they can hold that year. And Shadow was the perfect one to choose for this campaign, right? So yeah, that is the year of Shadow. It was a fantastic year. I'm so happy I was able to document and be a part of this campaign from the very beginning as a Sonic fan. This was phenomenal and awesome, and I look forward to the future, because this year of Shadow was a fantastic year for the Sonic brand as a whole. This wasn't just a year for Shadow. This was a year for Sonic. The Sonic brand came back, like fully came back this year. We were on the way with Frontiers, And now this year, 2024, cemented. Sonic is back. Like, we're in a good spot. And I just really hope Sega can keep that momentum going forward in the future. So, that was the Year of Shadow. What did you guys think of the Year of Shadow? As a campaign, as a year, as a whole? Let me know in the comments down below. I will see you all next time.